Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier this week we talked about Mega Nidoking, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Nidoqueen. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, I will be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Nidoqueen. Now, obviously, if we're going to be talking about Mega Nidoking, we have to talk about Mega Nidoqueen because technically they are one and the same. But regardless, if you guys watched my Mega Nidoking video, I told you guys that there are some Pokemon that need a Mega Evolution and there's some Pokemon that doesn't really need one. And in my opinion, I thought that Nidoking doesn't really need a Mega Evolution. But at the same time, Nidoqueen does need a Mega Evolution, just through my opinion. But if one of them gets a Mega Evolution, then you already know that the other one's going to get a Mega Evolution, because it kind of wouldn't make sense if we, like, for instance, if we had a Mega Nidoqueen, but just we didn't have a Mega Nidoking. So, obviously, that if we get one or the other for a Mega Evolution, the other one's going to be getting one either at the same time or just later down the line. Kind of like how God of War had a Mega Evolution first, and then when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came along, we had a Mega Gallade. But regardless, in my opinion, I kind of think that Nidoqueen does need a Mega Evolution. Now, out of the two, Nidoqueen is the bulkier out of the two. Nidoking is morely offensive, and Nidoqueen's bulky. It's bulky, but somewhat offensive as well, because they both do get Sheer Force. But regardless, as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything, but left its physical attack and speed alone. Now, the reasons why I left its attack and speed alone was, for one, for its physical attack, I left it alone because, like, it's made morely, in my opinion, like, morely especially offensive rather than physical offensive, because since they both get Sheer Force, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nidoking and Nidoqueen do get the exact same move pool that you get to choose from, and most of the time they're mostly known for being especially offensive attackers, while Nidoqueen being a little being more bulky. At first, I actually decreased its physical attack to 72 to have 20 more extra points to distribute into its other stats, but I decided to put it back to base 92 because there's really no reason for me to either increase or decrease, because even with base 92 physical attack for Nidoqueen, Sheer Force does have moves that pretty much work for physical type attacks. Like, if I'm not mistaken, we have Poison Jab, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, and a couple other moves that I can't remember off the top of my head. But Nidoqueen can be run as a mixed attacker as well if you wanted to go with that route. So that's why I left its physical attack alone. Now, I left its speed alone as well, because it's not that I don't see Nidoqueen being fast or slow. It's just that Nidoqueen's basically made for being a bulky Pokemon as well. So honestly, increasing it or decreasing it wouldn't really makes sense in my opinion. So I just decided to leave it alone as base 76, because obviously Nidoqueen is made to be a bulky Pokemon as well. Now, the only stats I increased was its physical defense, special attack, and special defense. Now, for its physical defense, I increased it from base 87 to base 112. Now, I told you guys that I decreased its physical attack to base 72 to pretty much have 20 extra points to distribute into its other stats. Now, I actually had, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, base 122 in its physical defense, but I decided to decrease it to base 102, and I thought that was a little bit too low, so I increased it to base 112. And honestly, even though its physical defense is a little bit higher without the Mega for rather than its special defense, most of the time, every time when I see either a Nidoking or a Nidoqueen in competitive play, they always go for specially offensive moves like Earth Power, Scald, Ice Beam, just moves like those that Nidoking and Nidoqueen are super effective against. So there are moves that are physical, like Waterfall, Aqua Jet, that they're both weak to, but in the sense they really don't get hit all that often on the physical side. So that's why its physical defense is a little bit lower than its special defense, but it's not all that much because once again, Nidoqueen is made to be bulky, so max HP, max physical defense. If you wanted to go with that route, you can do that because obviously, like I said, it's made to be bulky. And at base 112, it is going to be able to eat up maybe 1 or 2 physical type of hits. For special defense, I increased it from base 85 to base 120. Once again, like I said, Nidoqueen, excuse me if I say Nidoking, I just recorded that episode like not even 5 minutes ago. But regardless, the reason why I increased its special defense just a little bit higher than its physical defense, once again, like I said, most of the time Nidoking and Nidoqueen get both hit on the special side more often than the physical side, so increasing its special defense just a little bit more on its special side, it can make it a little bit better because, well, I wouldn't say a little bit better, I mean obviously it is going to be better, but it will be able to eat up a lot more special hits, especially like Skull, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, those type of moves that are super effective against Nidoqueen. But regardless, base 120 special defense is actually really good. And if I'm not mistaken as well, Nidoqueen's HP is higher than Nidoking's. I'm not 100% sure because when it comes to Mega Evolutions, their HP doesn't get increased. So if Nidoqueen's HP is higher, then it is, but if it's not, regardless, Nidoqueen is the bulkier of the two. Now obviously they both have the same base stats, but regardless, Nidoqueen's like base stats are kind of mixed around a little bit more than Nidoking's, but like I said, it's made to be bulky, and base 120 special defense is very good. Now for its special attack, I increased it from base 75 to base 115. Now at first I increased it to base 125, but once again, like I said, I decreased its physical attack from base 92 to base 72, but I decided to scrap that. And at first I had base 102 in physical defense, but I decided to take 10 points off of the special attack and put it into special defense to have a little bit more bulk. But regardless, at base 115 special attack, it's still going to hit really hard while also being very bulky. And you can run a mixed Nidoqueen because it pretty much can be made into a mixed Pokemon as well. And they both get Sheer Force, and I think Sheer Force ability are really good on Nidoking and Nidoqueen. So it's pretty much, you're not losing really anything because you're still going to get a boost in with moves that you use that get boosted from Sheer Force. So base 115 special attack is actually really good for a Nidoqueen, especially for a Pokemon like Nidoqueen being very bulky. So it's going to be a bulky offensive Pokemon. So that's what I really wanted to make Nidoqueen out to be, is somewhat of a offensive and also a defensive Pokemon as well. But once again, base 115, it's still going to be doing a lot of damage even with that type of stat because of the Sheer Force ability. Because if you use like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Earth Power, those type of moves, you're going to get boosted from the Sheer Force ability with base 115 special attack. So 33% boost to those attacks is still going to do a lot of damage. So I think base 115 for a Nidoqueen is very good. Now for a regular Nidoqueen, its base stats at 505, and with the Mega Evolution it's going to be at 605. I already stated this before, Nidoking and Nidoqueen's base stats are the same. It's just that they're just altered between the two because, once again, like I said, and I keep saying it over and over, Nidoking's offensive and Nidoqueen is bulky offensive, if that makes sense. Now for its ability, I left it alone as Sheer Force. I explained that already, just because I think Sheer Force is a really good ability for Nidoqueen. Now you guys can argue that you guys can give it like a different ability that kind of boosts its defenses, kind of like either Filter or Solid Rock, or just another ability like Defiant, Intimidate, or something along the lines of that. But I decided to leave it alone as Sheer Force because it just works. Like it just works. There's no only thing I can actually go off of. It's just that it works. Like Sheer Force ability, Nidoqueen works because even though it's made to be bulky, running Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower with the Sheer Force ability is still going to be doing a lot of damage with base 115 special attack. So leaving it alone as Sheer Force honestly is the best ability in my opinion for Nidoqueen Queen. Now for its typing, I left it alone as Poison Ground. Once again, I could have made this thing Poison Steel, but I'm not sure if it gets access to Iron Head. I know it gets access to Iron Tail, but honestly, it gets access to more ground type moves than steel type moves, so leaving it alone as Poison Ground is actually really good. So with that, there is Mega Nidoqueen. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. I'm kind of sorry if this video really wasn't all up to your expectations with me actually describing a lot of stuff. Like, I just recorded my Mega Nidoking video like maybe 9 or 5 minutes ago, and I've been recording all day, so I do apologize for like the lack of I would say like motivation right now, because I'm just really tired. But yeah, so next Pokemon we are going to be talking about is Mega Blossom. Now next week's Pokemon was supposed to be the Mega Vileplume Part 2, but I made that into a special, so I decided to go with Gloom's alternate evolution, which was Blossom. So yes, next week we are going to be talking about Blossom. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now if you guys missed the previous Y Mega Evolve video, which was Mega Nidoking, it is going to be in the description box down below, so you guys can go and check it out. Also, I will be streaming in the near future, so I did make a Twitch account, and it is going to be in the description box down below. You guys should go and follow. And if you guys also did not know, I do have a gaming channel, which right now I am doing a Blaze Blue Clemanity Trigger series. If you guys are interested in that series, go to my gaming channel, check it out, and if you guys like it, I highly suggest you guys to go subscribe there. But once again, this is White Boy for the win. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.